Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Summit 3 presented by Gigabyte America. We are in the qualifiers of Phase 2, and we've made our way to the winner bracket final. In this best-of-3 matchup between Not Today taking on Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses just did a really nice game number 1 performance. I don't think it was quite the stomp we've seen from them all the way up to this point, but they sure can still look very, very impressive. They had a very nice map-oriented controlling lineup on the back of Fear, who had a dominant Luna showing. We'll have to see if Not Today can try to make this series 1-1 and take it to a Game 3, or if EG are going to have a quick 2-0 run and secure their spot here. I'm Kyle Guy from Beyond the Summit. I'm bringing you the casting action here in English, and I got my good buddy Mott joining me remotely from across the states right now. Mott, how is the weather in the East Coast? I will be back there soon. Tell me, is it cold? Is it okay?
It's actually super warm. Yesterday I went outside, it was like 65 degrees out. I'm like, is it summer right now? What happened? 2 days ago it was like freezing and snowing out. Today it's just like, oh, all right, we're up to 50-ish, 60, so it's pretty good. I don't know about in the city. I'm sure it's just as warm down there. It's not too far away from where I am.
Very, very happy to hear that. Sweet. So, well, Mott, we're here. It's Not Today taking on Evil Geniuses. Not Today already taking the preemptive measure to make sure they remove the precious Aoi Chen and Vengeful Spirit. Evil Geniuses, they ban out the sniper. It felt like every game up to this point, they always make sure to first ban the sniper in some way. Last game they let it slip by, and it wasn't like Not Today we're in a position where they could have came back, but a sniper always gives you that real small chance, and Evil Genius is like, we don't want to bother with that crap anymore. See you later, Mr. Peepa. And they ban him out.
I mean, that sniper hero almost single-handedly, he did single-handedly take the game to like 50-plus minutes. There's no other reason for that game to go that long other than Sniper having a decent impact, because he's so tough to get to. You have to draft around him. You have to try to get to him with heroes like Clockwork, Spirit Breaker, Spectre, which none of those were available or grabbed up by Evil Geniuses. The problem with banning out the Sniper and Batrider first round is that you're going to give Troll up to Not Today, and that's the biggest issue. No stranger to this hero. Evil Geniuses know how to play it. They know how to deal with it. But Troll Axe it's a bunch of red dudes. They look a bit angry. It's kind of frightening. This is a good start for Not Today.
I'm calling it now, Mott. I'm calling it. We're going to see the offlane morphling here from Evil Geniuses. Maybe not this pick right here, but I feel like it's something they do go for if they are put in a situation where they have to go against the likes of a Troll.
How much do you want to bet?
I don't know. A common? I mean, I don't know what I can really...
Wow, you're really just... See, when Trout bet me something, he bet 2 rares. You need to sip your game up, man.
2 rares? Okay, 2 rares that they pull out a morphling here. Sure, why not?
All right, there we go.
Okay, well, then what do you want to say would be like the universe offlane pickup for EG then, if they don't go something like that?
I mean, there's so many heroes that he runs. It's tough because you're not like... You don't want to go Clockwork against Troll Axe. That seems bad. He's done Zeus offlane. I feel like Morphling is fine. I have to look through all of their games. There's like so many heroes that he plays. Batrider's unavailable. You can't go Spirit Breaker because it's banned out. Not that you can go for that in the first place. Void maybe I think is probably the best bet because you don't want Troll having the Void offlane themselves.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's a hero he hasn't played too often recently because like he used to play that all the time, right around TI4 and even at TI4. But
all right.
It's definitely an option. I think that would be my bet.
We'll see. We'll see. As the bans do come out here, Not Today, remove the PL. Something that Fear does like to go for from time to time. We could really dig deep into that ban and say maybe they don't want to have him there as a potential defusal candidate. They want to go with now a good defensive support like an Omni Knight, which was respectively banned from Evil Geniuses previously. And it's something they could go for, though they put a lot into this more melee tanky lineup. We'll have to indeed see if that's the case. Spirit Breaker had been banned out from the side of Evil Geniuses, maybe fearing his map presence and gap closing. I don't know how much information we can really look into that as far as what hero Fear could go for that normally Spirit Breaker would have a good time against, but we'll have to see. For now, they have their Shadow Fiend, they have their Earthshaker that PPD does love. And they're really thinking hard about this next potential ban. Maybe trying to strike at one of those valuable supports. Lion is still out there, for example, and maybe something they look to remove.
Reserve time.
Oh, they get the Viper ban out. Interesting.
Well, okay. Fair enough.
I don't know, man. Like, Evil Geniuses, they have a tall task in front of them. These are not too easy heroes to deal with. I do still think, I'm going to harp on this a lot. I think Void is definitely a good choice. I think Fear can also go Juggernaut. He plays that hero quite a bit. It used to be one of his go-tos. He can also go Lycan if they really want to, but I'm kind of iffy about Lycan against like Axe. For not today, the question remains as to where they play the troll and who's going to grab it. Is it going to be Ifrit or Smash? And if they don't give Smash troll, what do they give him? Oh, wow. That is a denied pick if I've ever seen one.
I'm going to call this a wash, Mott. Come on.
No, rares are off.
Well, all right, fair enough. So do not today take something out of the Evil Geniuses / LGD / Clan Iraq / whoever you want to consider the pioneer of the Strength Morphling. We'll see if they decide to do something like that. But then you're in this weird situation because Axe at first seemed like the top offlane candidate. Maybe now he can just do work in the jungle. Maybe they put him in a core position instead. This Morphling, though, is something that Evil Geniuses have to kind of acknowledge here. And now they've just committed both of those supports. You have Earthshaker and Skywrath Mage here. We don't know for certain if this is going to be the Strength Morphling, but with Trollery out there, I wager so. So you have to anticipate there's going to be that crazy stun. And you got to find a way to alleviate it. It could be maybe,
they could also go mid on the Morphling too. That's an option. I don't know if you go Morph against Shadow Fiend. Not sure about that matchup, but it's definitely an option for them. I'd be very interested to see how they play the offlane Morphling, because that's not easy to do. That's a very selfless offlaner who requires levels, and only levels really.
Yeah, just can't get your ass beat. You just sit there and just kind of
just don't die.
Test the waters, I guess the pun somewhat there with Morphling, as far as how close you could get to being in that XP threshold and that XP radius without risk getting caught out. I mean, thankfully he has the waveform to work with at least, but this is obviously something Evil Geniuses have ran themselves. They know where it's at its weakest. They know where it's at its strongest, when he can really thrive and come online. And, you know, there's still options out there in the offlane position, like an LC with that Purge. You know, Adaptive doesn't seem quite as good there, but we'll have to see. Or you can just punish him with his armor, or even build up an aggro lane, if you will, to try to hit it to that Morphling early on. So we'll have to see what they decide to reach for here. But it's not today's next pick. They could finally look to delve into some support pickups here. I already said Lion, which is still out there. The Witch Doctor is something else they've gone for. They've also been a team to notoriously run in a Silencer from time to time from Mystical. A lot of good options. We'll have to see what kind of tickles their pickle here.
Yeah, there's so many. I think Rubik's not bad this game. They already have the aggressive stun for Morphling if they do go for the offlane Morph. And I think they need that selfless support if they're going to send Axe like the jungle. They go for the line, which is another option and probably the more common of the two. I personally like watching Rubik because he has a higher potential to make big plays, but Lion's just as good and easier to play, easier to say, okay, I just blew somebody with Finger of Death. Cool. Evil Geniuses now. They have both their supports. Unless this is an offlane Earthshaker, which a couple of teams have dabbled with, and it's been a popular thing in NEL, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be support PPD Earthshaker.
Only 10 seconds.
I really think. I mean, Universe is somebody like he could go like Nyx Assassin, he could go Void, he can go Beastmaster. There's like so many heroes that he plays.
Well, if he does go offlane Earthshaker, it opens up a new support here, and they could get something like an Abaddon to take it to this Morphling, and so he gets pretty much rendered useless. If he can't really utilize that stun, he has some tools to still work with Replicate, but the stun is his bread and butter, and if you take that away from him, you know, he just doesn't really thrive in the fights as much. He doesn't really get to be the playmaker, the one who sets everything up for everyone else. So I wonder if Evil Geniuses could call an audible like that. So it is interesting and something to put in the back of your mind. But for now, they go with the old EG Classic from TI4. It's going to be the Razor pickup. What looks like possibly the safe lane farming Fear Razor.
So good against Troll Warlord. This was metagamed by Reddit, and they're like, oh, by the way, if you guys want to be able to kill trolls, then pick Razor. It's obviously not that simple, as it never is on Reddit, but
5 seconds remain.
It's certainly a hero that works really well against Troll Warlord. You still have the mischance, obviously, if you get in range of the Whirling Axes, but the static link is pretty important to have up against the Troll Warlord.
Yeah.
It's not only you know, like him losing damage, it's you gaining damage as well. And he's pretty tanky, but he's not the tankiest hero in the world, especially later on down the road. So I think this is a solid choice for Evil Geniuses. More than likely in the safe lane, like you mentioned. Not great against Morphling because he just waveform away, but
5 seconds.
But the Adaptive
remaining.
Strike, it's going to be targeted, and then you have the Unstable
Dire
Current,
team
which
pick.
is a pretty big slow at its max level of 2 seconds. So I think that's also pretty good. Is that if you target the Razor, you're kind of in for some trouble.
So a ban from EG on the Brood here. Very interesting, considering the Axe and Morphling are already out there. Maybe it is going to be a mid-lane Morphling here from Not Today. I mean, I'm not sure Ifrit what his,
Only
repertoire
10
is for a lot of
seconds.
his heroes and what he likes to run where and where he's most comfortable.
5 seconds. Hurry,
That just seems interesting.
hurry.
There's not just that, but they have a decent amount to deal with Brood. They still have one pick
Reserve
that could
time.
counter against it. They already have an Earthshaker who's, I mean, yeah, it could be tricky as
10
long as you're able to
seconds to
micromanage your Broodlings appropriately. You shouldn't have to worry too much, but there's always that chance that a
5
huge dunk
seconds.
could fly
Hurry,
through and your
hurry.
Brood just gets squished. And they even have the Raises and even Razor, but it looks like for Not Today, the Magnus is going to get picked up. So I have no clue who's going where. This is a...
Who's supporting, huh?
I mean, unless it's like if this is like a support Morphling that doesn't get to work in the off lane, that's not that great. Because typically you need levels. Maybe it's going to be a cliff jungling Morphling at this point. Because if he's just kind of being a side lane, or maybe they do dual lanes even, it's just you don't get those levels quick enough. And I'm right, they're going to do an off lane Earthshaker. They're going to get up the Abaddon. This is to answer the stun from Morphling. PPD's like, I know that hero. I know what the answer is, and I'm going to bait this out to the last second. Okay, wonderfully done right there. Not Today are going to see this, and they're like, ew, okay, do we change things up now? I don't know, because our Adaptive Strike isn't going to be as good with that shield. Okay.
That's a Magnus mid for Smash. He's actually played in the offlane a couple of times too, but dude, I don't know how Not Today lane this. And now that there's this bad pickup that like you just baited out, you're like, oh geez, and then what do we do now? This is kind of tough. But
It's Stinger too. It's a support Morphling, and I'm wagering this is not going to be a solo laned Morphling, which means he's
They
not
can
going to
still
get
swap,
levels
by the
as
way.
quick. They can punish him.
Only
They
10
could really
seconds.
punish the Morphling, unless they swap.
yeah, they could swap. Let's see. Did they swap? No, they're not swapping. It's a support Morphling coming out. For Evil Geniuses, this is
let's
one of those
get to
rosters
it,
like
shall
where I
we?
feel like they
Yeah.
have the biggest chance at disaster, because it's like, okay, off lane Earthshaker, Abaddon, like these are things that work in NEL. Safe lane Razor, like these are NEL strats kind of. At least off lane Earthshaker is, but it's definitely it has the biggest chance of success at this point, or rather chance of disaster. Said it's so failfish. All right, well,
PPD, I know, I kind of saw it there. If you guys want to see what the hell he's talking about, it's a bit interesting
I
here.
like everything else but the helmet. The helmet's kind of dumb.
Helmet's looks like the Black Knight from like Monty Python, the Holy Grail. It seems a bit awkward,
It's
but
pretty silly.
all right. Well, he's going to make the best of it here, and he'll wear that helmet into Victoryville if he has anything to say about it. But look at this early smoke movement from Not Today as they camp into the pole Newt spot here.
30 seconds
this
to
ward,
video
they see
games.
fear.
30 seconds.
And they would love an opportunity to get a quick and easy first blood. Notable, though, that Stinger on his Morphling did not get the early ring of protection. This is not the best, because you want to go right for Tranquils, and he doesn't have really good armor. I don't know. I feel like maybe they saw what Morphling can do, and they're like, oh, well, we'll do it ourselves. But I don't know if it's something they've really practiced. But we'll see. Nonetheless, here we go, folks. Game number 2 of a best of 3, and we could see early
resolve
bloodshed
your
here as Ifrit
differences.
starts to walk on down, as EG walk
good.
away. But look who's coming in from behind. Reckless supply from Stinger. They get the early hex, the skewer
blood.
forward, and it's first blood. Going in the favor of Not Today. And of all the people, they managed to grab Fear and take down the Razor. Nice early start here from Not Today.
That is a full bottle for Smash. That's pretty big. So now Shockwave spam, not really an issue whatsoever. You can just spam that out, wait for the next rune at 2 minutes, and be fine. That's a huge kill. Smash getting that kill is pretty big. But so far, aggro dual lane with the Lion and the Troll Warlord. They'll put the Axe top for the time being. Waveform away from Stinger. Maybe an aggro Tri-Lane, it looks like. But Fear is not having any of it. He's going to statically 21 damage away from Misco. He'll take a couple of whips to the back of the head. And so far, so good.
Yeah, Stinger is just going to look to maybe build up some early stacks over here at the Ancient Camp. Maybe they anticipate that if they can do that early, he could soak up the XP from it, but he will need to kind of get himself situated into a lane at some point if he wants to get that stun online sooner than later here. But now Smash with this early gold boost here as he goes toe-to-toe with Sumail on one of his signature pickups in the Shadow Fiend. He'll be able to really thrive in the CS here momentarily as he gets more and more build-up from that Necromastery. Top lane, though, which we haven't really acknowledged a whole lot. Aui's just going to continue to try to zone back Ifrit, who has really no respect for the lane. He's just kind of holding his best to try to stay by the tower, and Aui's just going to continue to bully him back. So a dual lane setup here for Universe to try to thrive in this off-lane Earthshaker.
Despite them getting the first blood, I really like EG's lanes a little bit more, at least early on here, until the Morphling settles in somewhere, which he's finally top. But even that, like, against Gareth Mage against Axe, very solid. Fisher can always help out if they decide to run at them. Bottom lane, I really don't see Van having that great of a time against Fear, but he's doing a lot of damage. Fear doesn't have a salve or anything, so... and obviously Sumail should have a great time mid against the Magnus. Magnus standing at 3 last hits. Sumail up to 10, 15 stacks of Necromastery, 6 denies. So far, pretty good for your mid laner.
Yeah, Smash will be able to bottle up that bottom rune. Top, it's going to be scouted out from Aui. He'll hold it there for now and save Kipping. So Sumail, after he pressures towards the tower, can waltz himself on up there and possibly pick it up. But oh no, Smash is like, I want 2 runes. And as he heads there, Aui's going to be like, nope, I'll take that bounty, and walks it away. But it is a rune denied to Sumail nonetheless, so his bottle will not be able to be refilled here. So checking the base.
Just the walking courier, the move speed. The throw will get there eventually on its journey.
Oh yeah, that thing is slow as hell.
Yeah, that's the bottle change coming in for you. And
I'll get there. I'll be back in 3 days. Well, he'll go on his little expedition to refill the bottle there for Sumail. Top lane, more awkward engagements kind of happening here. Stinger, who is able to get to level 2 at this point, does have to be bit careful here with how he chooses his engagements. Luckily, he has that waveform to always fall back on, but not the highest as far as base armor, and he hasn't morphed anything quite yet into strength, so he still can be a bit flimsy nonetheless. Bottom lane, though, early harassment onto PPD by Van here as he moves on forward. So an interesting role swap here from NoT today. I don't know if it was really acknowledged, but Van, who's typically their offlaner, is playing the troll. I guess it's a troll offlaner. So both sides getting a bit funky with their change up here in game 2.
this is that was one way I would describe this draft for both teams is funky. There's like one common hero that like you see, and then there's like a couple of other ones that are picked very commonly, and then there's just like, what is happening with the lanes? Now Fear is actually just gonna like 70 damage away from Van, hits Misco like twice, almost kills him in the process. PPD was like, if we got him low enough, I could have miscoiled him, but the Whirling Axis came out on Fear. He couldn't quite chase down. He doesn't have his phase boots yet, so it was a good effort. They're going to send Smash Bottom to get the bottom rune. The top rune's taken by Stinger. So it looks like Sumail will have to crow again.
Yeah, he's getting denied a lot of runes here. Not really good. Plus, you consider the first blood that Smash was able to pick up for himself. He's off to a really good start here, though. Your top of the net worth is actually still belongs to Shadowfiend. That's just what Shadowfiend does, I suppose. Able to easily raise through creep wave at his liking here at this point as he gets closer to level 6. Stinger kind of still floating here nearby, but really, what can a Morphling do without even any
He's
sort
no
of
adaptive
stun?
strike. He has to get level 3. Like, he just can't find experience anywhere. This is what you touched on in the draft. There's nowhere for him to find experience.
I mean, you could have cliff jungled here. Right here, you know, if you wanted to really work with it and be kind of, you know...
Is he going to do it now?
Yeah, I mean,
just stacking.
Just stacking. I mean, he can always just leech off these stacks that will be ultimately brought down from someone like Ifrit here, who is eating a lot of damage top lane. Concussive shot and fissure. He goes down. And, well, Universe and Aui pick up a sweet kill here in the top lane. Your nearby Morphling probably wouldn't have been able to offer a lot defensively to help him out, but he needs to look to be in a better position when he knows that he's going to be stuck on his own. So they punish that. EG get themselves on the board and even things up 1-1.
The offlane Shaker coming into effect. Level 3 Aftershock, so he really wants that extra damage and stun duration, which is 1.2 seconds down, which is pretty good.
It also helps with last hits as well. You can just throw down an early enchant totem and you'll get that, what is it, like 100 damage burst or whatever? Yeah, and you can factor that in pretty much easy with any sort of last hit. So he continues to make it work. Ifrit now nearby starts chopping away, and it looks like he's going to do a jumbo trade there, Mott. Oh, Echo Slam onto Stinger. And he goes down. No waveform for you. That's just easy punishment onto your Morphling, who we already know as a hero, regardless of strength or agility, can suffer in his early laning phase. And when he's behind on levels like that, he just gets taken advantage of very easily.
The Universe is no stranger to the hero. So if you're going to sit solo versus solo against a level 6 Universe Earthshaker, you better be ready to die a couple of times. That's just, like you said earlier on, he's getting punished. He's level 3. He doesn't even have point adapt strike yet. He went for the morph again. Maybe to stay alive. I don't know.
Oh, this is a very interesting. I'm just gonna say interesting build up here, Mod, for the Morphling support. I mean, I don't know.
This Abaddon pick really just screwed them up a lot, I think.
Oh, they're going to make it go, though, on Sumail. They lean in with a nice stun. There's going to be call smashes here, even if he gets the RP for this, and the dunk. It's a 3-man hit squad here from NoT Today, and they take their extra little bounty right there as they get Sumail down. The Shadow Fiend going to be dropped, and Smash will continue to thrive here in the mid lane.
I mean, that is a very big pickup. That's something they really needed. They have to stop Sumail from rolling, and they do just that with a couple of heroes committed. But that does give a lot of room for Universe as well as Fear, both top and bottom respectively, to get some extra CS and extra farm. Universe has already got Soul Ring and Tranquils. If he wants Blink Dagger, he's definitely not far away from it, which is huge.
He is farming out of his freaking mind here in this off-lane Earthshaker, and this is just a wonderful way that PPD has rounded out his draft, and I think it really caught NoT Today off guard. And maybe you can credit to a bit of lack of experience with rolling with this kind of a lineup and using the support Morphling, but EG are looking to try to punish it. So we've got to give credit to NoT Today. They found their picks, and now comes Control. They think they got to move. It's an early adaptive. It's not going to be a very long stun at all. And Universe just kind of walks away. This is a rotation from your Troll to the top lane, but that's really all they get out of it.
Stun max level 1, 1.25 seconds. Fisher connects onto Van, no follow-up there. Universe is like, I'm very close to my Blink Dagger. I don't know if I want to try to go for anything too crazy, but he, like you mentioned, he's farming out of control. I mean, anytime you see 48 CS on an Earthshaker, there's some sketchy stuff happening. Invis is picked up for Smash, which is definitely a really good rune. He's also not going for early Arcanes. He just wants to get to that Blink Dagger, so mana issues might be a problem. He has to be kind of careful with how he uses his bottle and how he uses his abilities as well. But they've rotated Van out of bottom lane. Not happy with the CS he was getting, although he's above Fear. It's not by much. And now a rotation from the Axe. They will spot him out. There's an Observer Ward there. The camp has been dead for a long time, so they know this.
Universe here, Universe. Yeah, he's got Echo ready. He has a chance to make something happen. There's going to be a trying to hit for follow-up Echo, and he is dead. Doesn't take a lot of effort there. Troll and your Morphling try to look to make something happen, but they really can't. And Stinger has no more mana to work with at this point. I mean, this is part of the reason why you need to get that Soul Ring as well very early on your Morphling, because he has just no mana. I mean, you can get off one adaptive, and at that point, you're just stuck with nothing. And he's also very low on armor. He already started to do a preemptive morph, so he's got 1,200 life points, which is great, but you got 0 armor. So at least getting a base of Tranquils or something could certainly help out, but it's going to be a long ways off at this point, when normally by now you're hoping your Morphling could already move around and set things up. But not going to be happening here, especially not that PPD's rotated in. Your Abaddon is here. And, well, if he's thinking he can lead in with a quick and early stun, he will be in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, this is, even as an offlane Morphling, you do take a bit of time, maybe even a little bit longer than this, to get involved, to get up in levels and feel like you're comfortable enough to participate. But Blink Dagger now available coming out for the Magnus. This is the biggest thing. They have to have something. They have to make something happen with this Blink RP combo, because otherwise they're going to get initiated on with Blink Echo Slam or Blink Fisher or what have you, and it's just not going to be an easy game. The support, when you have somebody like a Lion, you know that you can create space, you can get farm eventually, but that's not the case for a Morphling. He just leaves his experience, not getting farm. Meanwhile, Mystico bottom.
Yeah,
he's gonna live for now because Fear is not. He's afraid of getting baited. That was the right play because they're missing mid on Smash. So Fear is gonna sit back close to the tower. PPD will walk and maybe find Smash. Smash will walk away, actually get down to the bottom rune spot and head back towards mid.
Yeah, well, they'll try to make the best of it here. I mean, you're running with 2 supports who can be a touch greedy. I mean, you want to get a Blink Dagger on your Lion, but you also want to make sure your Morphling, you know, gets to that point when he can actually, to be frank, be useful. Be useful to the team. And now he's level 6. He's able to throw together level 3 on the Adaptive Strike. It's going to be, you know, pretty close to its full duration here. And he's got plenty of life, but, you know, worry about the follow-up there. Now he's got his Tranquils about to, you know, about complete. It's pressure on PPD to make sure he'll be there with an answer when the stuns does come. But Owie's also getting a bit of solo farm time here in the mid lane. He's already level 6. He's got his Mystic Flare ready to go at the lockdown that someone like your Earthshaker can bring. And he's still holding his smoke. So feels pretty comfortable, and hey, look at that. Ifrit's able to throw together a Blink Dagger on his axe. So straight from Tranquils right into the Blink. We'll see if he can put it to use.
This is where it gets kind of tough for NoT today. They have to make some plays now. And they have to kind of find a way to bait out PPD's Aphotic Shield. Because otherwise he's just going to use that for the Adaptive Strike. So it's tough. You could use it on a couple of other stuns this game as well, a couple of other disables, and you'd be fine. But Adaptive Strike is obviously the biggest cornerstone of NoT today's lineup when it comes to disables. If they can get it off, if they can actually find a use for this Morphling, like you said, is pretty much, he's not really useful now, but maybe soon with the Smoke of Deceit coming out, they time it perfectly with the Blink Dagger from Axe. They'll try to find somebody top. There's absolutely nobody there. Universe is going to go top rune. Maybe they're waiting for a TP up to the top tier 1 tower, but Smash is going to get caught out. Echo Slam, Enchant Totem, Ancient Seal, Mystic Flare, all of those abilities and more, and that's a kill easily done.
Yep. Everything but the kitchen sink almost to take down Smash. And he will go down, and the rune will be picked up from Sumail as they step back and away.
Radiant's top
And it
tower
looks
is
like
being
in return,
attacked.
NoT today are going to do a little bit of pressure on this tier 1 top lane. But just to go back, I mean, part of the reason why Abaddon seems to be the best candidate to go against this kind of a Morphling is his shield has a lower cooldown when maxed out than the strike itself. So every time you think that, oh, it's only a 10-second cooldown, well, he's got a 6-second cooldown on his shield. So there's, even if you bait out the shield, he'll probably have it again shortly thereafter. So it's just not going to be easy. But if they can pick off PPD first and foremost, or heaven forbid they use the adaptive on him, then they can make something happen. But we already know it's Abaddon after all. He has borrowed time. He's not the easiest target to take down. So it's pressure on them in this mid game. They have the tools to do it, though. It is not today. I mean, Blink Dagger on Smash, Blink Dagger on Axe. They certainly have the mobility and the way to initiate. It's just a matter of being able to execute and find the right target to go for.
Well, and as always, though, the problem is that Sumail is still farming up the Storm. In almost every single EG game, if he's playing this hero, he will find farm. He's up in the top of net worth again with his Eul Scepter now 1,500 gold, Treads, and an Aquila. And they'll put some pressure on the tier 1 bottom. They know that there's a lot of heroes top of who they suspect. Smash is going to blink into the lane. Ifrit's nearby. There's 2 heroes mid. Vischer and Visco's going to get caught out. Another Ancient Seal comes through with the Mystic Flare. It's just another easy kill. These 2 heroes combining up to provide some depths kills on the side of EG.
We'll try to get something going here at the top lane, but Universe involved once more. He is 3-0-2 involved in all of the kills so far for Evil Geniuses. And now they rotate towards this top lane if we're trying to cut down this catapult here from back behind. But Universe is going to make him pay. Gets a nice little block. PPD is just sitting there waiting, probably anticipating the stun to come. There's no use of shield quite yet, and they just end up getting an easy raise right there. Take down the axe. Sumail picks up that kill. Continues to move forward. He's got 2,500 gold saved up now, already on top of his Eul's, Treads, and Aquila.
Fear walks right by Roshan as Van is doing it, and he doesn't use his Plasma Field. They have absolutely no idea he's in here. And Van's taking a lot of damage, but it should... Now the Battle Trance goes. It's kind of close, man. If Fear was able to get in there and Plasma Field, it's too late, though.
They saw the Battle Trance on the mid lane, but by that point it is too late. So, hey, it's a nice little solo roach takedown, Mott, for Van. A little cheeky behind the back play for him. They'll take what they can get.
And this is, I mean, it's much needed because he's not doing the best in CS. Fear, who actually was behind him, suddenly jumps over him with 73. And he's above him in net worth as well. And we've already talked about the top 2 in the universe and Sumail. So it's a much needed Roche. But now Stinger has still no soaring. He's got his Tranquil Boots. He's got his max Adaptive Strike. Is this where NoT today rebound? I've seen teams with this hero, the Morphling in the offlaner support position, be so far behind, and then they just hit like 1 Adaptive Strike, and then the fight turns immediately after.
Well,
is this what happens?
He only has enough for 1 Adaptive Strike is the problem. After a waveform adaptive, that's it. And if you don't have the Soul Ring, you can't follow it up with another mid lane. No, they're going to make a move. Universe is going to fly out. They get a call here onto Sumail Finger, and they finish him off with the dunk. Rotation still to come as Universe gets a really nice dunk onto Smash's head, and they get the retort there. It's going to be a mid laner from each side. As Evil Geniuses maybe consider moving on forward with this after rotating so many. Nearby, there's Ifrit. They kind of ping it out. There's going to be a committed jump. Fissure's not going to be there as Ifrit does blink away.
Oh, Fear top lane just got stunned for literally ever.
All right. They followed up with a second stun, and they take him down. Good work there.
So
the Morphling gets his real first participated fight, and he actually gets the kill there. Kind of hard to do when you have 31 base attack, but hey, they get Fear down.
Yeah, that's just Fear staying top too long. He was diving up onto the Morphling who replicated, and Fear just needed to leave. Instead, he got Adaptive Strike, and he just couldn't do anything about it. Meanwhile, when you Sumail TP'd mid, you saw him Yules up somebody. He was looking for Smash on the Magnus, but he actually Yules up a creep instead.
Ooh.
Instead of getting that, Yules Requiem combo off, he goes down to the Magnus and a couple of other heroes are not today. So Sumail making a bit of a mistake, and that provides a little bit more farm for not today. A bit of a way to get back into the game as they're now 5,000 net worth lead. It was once a 7,500 net worth lead for Evil Genius. It's not so anymore, but that can still change.
Quick farming of the Ancients here for your troll here. And it's going to go with your usual Helm of the Dominator, Sage and Yasha. Build up. And he's on good track, as he's now in second in net worth here. Still about 2k behind Sumail and his Shadow Fiend. EG would love to claim another tower here, it would appear. The top tier one looking pretty tasty. Fear starts things out. So with level 1 Eye of the Storm has yet to trigger it here. We're going to see them moving on forward. There's going to be Stinger. It's going to be forced to waveform the hell away. It looks like EG just going to take this opportunity, maybe put some wards down.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
But they're just going to have to play it slow at this point. But nope.
Smash. He blinked away from the Fissure just in time. If that Fissure connects, they kill him, no problem. PPD's stunned for ages. He's going to get called as well, and they'll force it at the borrowed time, probably more. There's a lot of Evil Genius members coming in, though. They're looking for Ifrit. They don't have the... Echo might go. Mystic Flare, no. Plasma Field, and now the Mist Coil secures the kill on the Axe. Van TP's in, he has Aegis. The buyback RP onto 2. Big RP, Universe can't get his ultimate off. He's gonna fall, finally does pop it there. He gets done, gets chopped in the head. Fear now, still looking to fight. Requiem goes to the backside, Smash kind of low. There's the raise, Van's gonna lose his Aegis momentarily. Fear stunned up forever. AUI Silence now actually running away, but that Berserker's Call coming through in the Battle Hunger as well. Now the Adaptive Strike onto B-Rabbit, onto Sumail, and he's in trouble. He's going to fall apart.
They have an Abaddon to stop it, but when he's out of the picture, it's not going to be easy to get away. Good catch right there, and it allows someone like Troll. I mean, you have 4.25 seconds to dominate someone as hard as possible. I think Troll's probably one of the best candidates you can ask for to get the job done. And Vander shows it right then and there. They're able to get a big return fight. That was beautifully set up as well for the Smash to get out. Here we go now. They look to fight back. Fear gets the early link on the Ifrit. On the other side with the Fissure, but Evers easily blinks forward, and they get the quick snag with that Mist Coil. So they're able to return one extra kill for themselves. And they score ahead 10-8, plus a nice deny from Fear there in the mid lane.
They're still losing ground here, though, in this game. Evil Geniuses... They've just been called out with PPD either dying of the Abaddon or them not having the Abaddon there, and this has been very good for NoT today. They've been taking advantage of these fights. In fact, that buyback from Ifrit really was huge. It allowed them to fight again. The RP from Smash was well-timed onto 2. Echo still came out, but it wasn't really the most damaging Echo in the world. It still did work. They'll find a replicate. The Fissure comes out in the Stinger, but they can't find anything further.
Another little perk there for your Morphling. You can always make a replicate and bait things out, split push, farm. And something that EG do have to kind of acknowledge and keep an eye out for. They don't blow a whole lot on the replicate there, but it's enough to kind of keep them back. Now Evil Geniuses double back to their own woods and look to continue to farm it on out. They just seem very hungry to try to pounce on any opportunity that NoT Today will let them have. Because NoT Today do have a very nice late game lineup, and if they have the opportunity to just continue farming and farming and farming, they'll do it. And, well, I say that, though, but they're pretty gathered here. We're going to see a smoke play potentially here from NoT Today. We'll find out. Nah, it looks like they'll just double back and wait it on out. It's more pressure, it feels like, here on EG to kind of push the tempo of this game and get something started.
Mystico, unfortunately, puts a ward up where it's going to get counter-warded almost immediately. Universe is going to probably blink at the high ground. Kill it, forced down to the low ground. A bit aggressively, actually, but for NoT Today, like you mentioned, they do have a decent late game. I think it really comes down to Van getting a BKB. Probably as his next item. He doesn't really need damage because he has Empower, which is doing so much work for him. And you already mentioned that Troll is really good to dominate heroes like without that ability or without Empower put on him, but with Empower, he just does even more damage. So I think they need to build a BKB on him so that Echo Slam and Fissure and all that jazz, Requiem, Fuel's not going to go, which, by the way, Fritz chasing after a hasted Shadow Fiend, only to get turned on, it looks like.
Barely missed that call. Now throwing the Fuels. He's trying to hold them here as long as possible. A help comes. They do get it in form of the Universe. Nice little setup with a Fissure and an Echo. Now forcing forward Rabbit. Trying to get hold of someone here. Ifrit will be able to make it away. The Yules was already used. Now here comes Morph. He waveforms and quickly pops out to his replicate. Evil Geniuses able to get at least one pick there as they take down Smash. And now they continue to just ravage right through the Not Today jungle. No one's going to be around. They're already farming out the other side here. But hey, a pick is a pick here for EG, and now they're going to add pressure on the top as they begin to poke away at this tier 2.
Getting Smash is a big pickup. Not today, you need him, honestly, in order to fight with him. Out of the picture, if he has an expended RP, then that's a pretty big kill for Evil Geniuses. They do now have a very early blink for Misco, and despite being kind of down, it's just regular blink plus boots of speed, no tranquilus coming out, so they have more initiation. There's an initiation all over the damn place for Not Today.
Yeah.
But it's really making it count, you know, not having PPD, you know, Aphotic Shield, whatever it is they do off them. Not having, you know, Axer or Smash die super fast in these fights, because that definitely can happen and has happened because of the Earthshaker. So it really is about Not Today's positioning, as it usually is in Dota, but it's tough.
That is the thing, is that with Not Today having so much initiation and a good amount of CC and lockdown, PPD could have his hands full with how he chooses to dish out these shields. I mean, you could be using it to help out someone who's getting ganked on from a Lion, and then the adaptive is there to follow. So he needs to make sure, if he wants to be this kind of paramedic for the team, that he has got his priorities in order as far as who needs to help win and where. Because Not Today could recognize that and look to take advantage of it in an upcoming fight. But it's Evil Geniuses now who look to go on the aggressive. They pop a smoke and start heading right towards the bottom.
Oh, I think they see Sumail. Oh, are they not going to find him? They're not going to find him. Smoke. Yeah, it's too late. Blink call. It was a good drive. I'm afraid it was just a bit too late. They're going to go bottom. And Misco's going to get caught out. They're going to enchant Totem, miss the stun, and he's just dead, I think. Yeah, this ball is going to clean him up. So in the end, the smoke actually works out for Evil Geniuses, not for Not Today. But they were looking for... It was a really good timing smoke from Not Today. They had the BKB for the Troll Warlord. They were waiting to try to jump on somebody. And BKB obviously is a very big pick. We talked about it already for the Troll. And he'll get the tier 1 tower, but Fear's nearby. They have a dire vision here. They have an Observer Ward. They saw him rotate up into the lane. But they're not going to go on him.
I see him dancing around here. Smash thought about maybe an opportunity to get him if he kept moving forward, but Fear talking up to game sense of recognizing that a lot of the Not Today people are missing. He'll take himself back towards the mid lane and find his own bits of farm there. So back to warding duty. It looks like here Evil Geniuses have some pretty nice aggressive wards here, way up in the Not Today jungle here. But that's about it. And, oh yeah, this one over here. We'll scout out the Ancients. And maybe they could look to take advantage of that if Troll's just trying to find a bit of side farm for himself. But here comes EG now, pushing down this mid lane here. And we'll see if Not Today look to make something happen. Smash has got an Invis rune. Oh, this could be very profitable for them. So close. Universe jump in. RP catches two. Puts him right back towards the Troll. And they begin to just wreak havoc as they easily cut through the both of them. Now they're looking to go in PPD. Borrow time is going to be triggered. And they'll just take their sweet time. They lock him in place, steal a little bit of mana, and then they will dunk him down. That is a 3-man drop. Not Today. Come out big with that one. As Roche up, it certainly is. They can follow it up with a quick Aegis if they'd like.
What an Invis rune for Smash. And then the double RP into call. Skewer back. Well played from Not Today. Those plays need to be made. If you want to win this game, if you want to beat EG, you have to make those plays with the Invis rune at hand, and they do. All while that was happening, Stinger picked up a gem, counter-warded here. Fear chased after him up to here. I think Stinger waveformed down to the low ground, so Fear wasn't there to fight. Not that it would have mattered anyways. That fight was a disaster from the get-go. And so Evil Geniuses lose 3 heroes. They'll lose Roshan. They'll lose some vision on the map as well. It's suddenly, just from that Invis rune and a couple of seconds alone, Not Today have almost accrued an even game. It's still an EG lead, but that's barely the case. It's only 2,500 net worth. Stinger now picks up a Staff Wizardry. The Aegis goes to Van, unsurprisingly. And Not Today have given themselves a bit more time here.
Just can't help but feel like, though, if you look at the overall lineup from each side, that Evil Geniuses, theirs doesn't peak as hard as Not Today's does later into the game. So they might be forced into a position where they really need to kind of push the momentum here. For now, though,
Radiant's
they're still kind of
bottom
working with
tower is
D-ward
being
duty.
attacked.
Looks like Sumail got himself stuck in some trees here, so he'll wait out his blank and then go out of there. We'll go back to his usual farm here, but well, not today. Coming off a pretty big boost here. We see now that the BKBs are beginning to come together. Ifrit working towards his smash. Hasn't really invested in anything yet. He does have his Blink and Force Staff, of course. Stinger on his Morphling. Yeah, it's no surprise. He's a great gem candidate. He's elusive and he's tanky. 1,700 life. Didn't go all in with the strength necessarily, but pretty damn strong. Sometimes Morphlings like to go for the Blink Dagger, of course, to be able to really gap close and make your stun instant. But it looks like he's going to hold that off and probably go for the duels, which you certainly can't hate on that.
Yeah, it's a fine choice. It's just anything to stay alive, and Yules gives him that extra bit of survivability, and even AUI picking up Yules as well. So it's Yules central this game. I see, got to buy it out. Nope, it's a Force Staff actually for Stinger. So more mobility, which is fine as well. And I got to say, Stinger has been pretty impressive since he's gotten up to that level 4 Adaptive Strike and a couple extra levels as well. He's now elusive, which you've talked about. Replicate and Waveform being super useful in that regard, and plus a Force Staff. It's really hard to lock him down, and he'll lock you down without any issues. So NoT today have started to, they've really impressed, and they've really kind of closed the gap, if not gained a lead. In fact, there's a small gold lead. It's minuscule. But they have one nonetheless. They're going to find Van. That's an interesting initiation. Fisher comes out, they'll find Smash. That's the real target they want. They're going to get him. He can't even RP. It's time to get out if you're NoT today, and they will make it away, it looks like.
Okay, nice little initial jump. The Echo Slam catches the Troll, but the Fissure connects on both, including Smash on that high ground, and they make for an easy follow-up. And now with the Magnus down, Evil Geniuses confidently stride now down this mid lane. Don't have to worry about any sort of ridiculous RP, additional empower damage. They're going to punish NoT today while they can here, and it looks like they're going to go right for this tier 2.
The Yules for Fear, Shiva's Guard is going to be done soon as well, which is a fine item. Yules is something you don't see every day on the hero, but given the fact that it's been picked up in almost every game.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Fear's
Just give me that extra 112 damage.
I see a Replicate here. I'm just going to use that to take extra damage. It's a nice little bring back right there. Now Fear will be able to right-click down this tower. Here comes Troll phasing forward. Slow, not going to be able to connect. EG just quickly juked themselves out of that mid lane. And don't want to allow NoT today to be able to get a hold of them. But that means this tower could be denied, and it will be denied.
That was kind of like, it felt like Van really wanted to fight there, and then Ifrit and the rest of the team were like, no. Just back up, we'll deny the tower. And they ended up being successful in that, but it's kind of weird to not to maybe chase like that. However, Van now looking like he's probably going to head towards that MKB with the Demon Edge. They have Empower. They have the Aegis still for a couple of minutes, and they're going to try to make something happen here. And, I mean, they're feeling pretty comfortable. I mean, Smash has done a couple of times, but this is really not, I mean, Van still has only used BKB once, and I don't know if EG can really fight into an Aegis and all of that NoT today have.
Well, they're going to be tested here. This is the first time, I think, in all of the Summit 3 qualifier that I've seen EG in a position where maybe they are at the bit of a disadvantage, and NoT today able to relatively easily take down that tier 2 tower. They walk away from it. Haven't really need to expend a whole lot as far as their Aegis goes. Well, they could maybe have pushed here on the bottom lane and go for the tier 2 there. We'll have to see if that's what they decide to do. Meanwhile, Sumail, way up on the other side of the world, he's just trying to add pressure elsewhere. More stalling, slowing down NoT today from feeling comfortable and doing like any sort of 5-man deathball push.
You could see Sumail like really wants this kill, but he can't get it alone. He has to have some extra heroes up there, and he's even going to just TB back towards home. And he did pick up a Scotty, by the way, so Sumail, who kind of got slowed down with his farm, has caught back up. He's going to pick up a Talisman of Evasion, which is a fine choice. But not today. They're going to continue to knock down tier 2 towers. And there's only one left top lane. They can even maybe look for tier 3 with this Aegis. It's going to expend itself soon, within another 30 seconds or so. And by that time, oh, I guess it's just gone now. All right, well, just kidding. I thought it was like 30 seconds from now. I can't read the clock, apparently. Good stuff.
Oh, my. We should be experts at reading the clock. What's the problem?
Have you seen this clock, everybody? It's ridiculous. I'm sick of people saying, no, it's a clock that you should be able to... No. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little heated here.
Don't pull a me. Well, we'll see here as NoT today. They will wait out that clock as they feel like they are in firm grasp of this game. Just continue to farm it on up, and the stacks have been Now, handed over here to Van on his trolls. Looks like more split push here from Owie now in this top lane. Evil Geniuses, they better be considering what their comeback tactic will be this game. I mean, I don't think they can really bank on all high ground defense. They have a fair amount of it. And your Universe potential Earth Slam from, or Echo Slam from your Earth Shaker. I mean, Razor's a pretty good hero for high ground. But outside of that, I don't think it's going to really stop a lot. I mean, you got a jumping in Axe, a jumping in Smash Magnus, adapted to come out from the Morphin. He's able to close the gap pretty easily. We'll see if Evil Geniuses are going to be able to find an opportunity to maybe take a fight that they will have the advantage in. It could be here at top. There's only 3 from Not Today here. Let's see if they can find him. If it's going to be on the corner here, they see him, they walk past him, he just blinks on over. And there he goes. And now with BKB going to be popped, Fear's going to have to see him leave. A little awkward there. Maybe not expecting to see the axe that sudden, but it is a BKB charge nonetheless.
And they lose nothing. I mean, they don't expend anything for that BKB. They use a static link, that's it. No problem whatsoever. 10-second BKB charge, those are valuable. So that's down now. It's down to 9 seconds. And later on down the road, that might be a big issue. Evil Geniuses, I don't think any of them have purchased a BKB, and I don't see any of them going for it either. Whereas not today, BKB is a pretty big item. Van went for the Daedalus, didn't actually pick up the MKB like I thought he was going to. Picks up the Daedalus instead, which means that this Butterfly that's coming out soon for Shadow Fiend for Sumail might be actually pretty handy. However, that is a sick amount of damage. Daedalus in power for the Troll Warlord. It's disgusting.
They're making the most out of what is hopefully going to be a fruitful jump from Smash. He lays down a huge RP, and that damage, you know, count on top of that the Empower bonus damage plus the cleave it provides just gets sent right through the squad at EG. Anyone who's caught under that RP, or even caught in that call from Axe, it's just very apparent that Not Today have a bunch of different ways that they could set something up for their troll to just kind of roll on over. EG have to be extra elusive here.
Okay, I think EG right now just kind of want to sit back and farm until maybe another Roshan. Until they can kind of catch up to Van at this point, who's leading by about 3,000 net worth. And will continue to lead because of the Empower. He's gotten a lot of CS. 285, although Sumail continues to lead. Not a shocker that Shadow Fiend's leading in CS at all.
No, not at all.
And his Butterfly is going to be done soon.
I can understand where EG are coming from, where they don't really want to commit a lot into BKBs, because you do have the Axe call there, RP and such, and even the stun from Morphling is pretty instant, especially if he gets a Blink Dagger, which he could be getting next as he has about 2k gold saved up. Blink in and the strike, and that's it. I mean, there's no time to trigger a BKB, so maybe they just know that BKB might not be very successful in this kind of a game, and they find more profit in investing in something else. We'll have to see, though. But Roche is up.
I think that's fair.
And Van doesn't check it out, just walks right past it instead.
They should know. They'll probably send an illusion or a get or something. They want to push out bottom first and foremost. However, Evil Geniuses aren't going to wait. And they say that if we're going to take this game, we have to find an initiation. I don't think they see Smash. They definitely don't see Smash. And that is such a good spot to be in, too. But I think he might just be stuck up there. Was that his doing? I think so. He's not stuck. He can force a blink out at any time. Evil Geniuses, in the meantime, they're going to wrap all the way around. Will they go up to the high ground here? Ifrit going to reveal the smoke. They're going to find him. Now the BKB goes. Yule's up in the air. Call misses, I think. They are going to find Sumail. He's going to get blown up, dashed up forever. And now you've got to get out. They will get Stinger, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Smash looking for that RP. Can't find it. Fear getting bashed up. S and wide as well. Main going through. Universe in trouble as well. In some trouble. Gets hexed up. Smash still has the RP if he wants it. Universe still low as hell. They finally get the kill. The Daedalus procs from Van doing work. Now they jump on. They find Fear. The Culling Blade 4 down. Evil Geniuses looking like they're in some trouble here. It's a 4-for-1 trade. What a fight coming up from Not Today. They're in such a good spot right now. They can even take Roshan.
That was even Evil Geniuses coming in through the back door trying to touch Not Today with their pants down, and they still managed to make it work. And they were on top of it with Evil Geniuses as well. After Strike came out, it connected with Fear. PPD got him with the shield. They quickly turned on the Morph, took him out of the equation, but it still didn't matter. And that was also without the RP. Cheese is going to be left in the pit, by the way. I guess they'll They have the courier there.
Courier,
They'll save it out maybe, but regardless, that is not today. Just flexing their muscle here in this game. They have clearly farmed, and they are in good control. And now they're taking it to EG here. Not looking good for your boys in blue. 92% odds favorite, and they might be dropping a game here.
The fact that the RP wasn't even used for Smash just shows how impressive the initiation from Not Today is. The Fisher also kind of blocked Sumail in. He was left on his own, and he really couldn't get anything done. And this butterfly is just not working out. BKB's going to go, and Van's going to run in. He's going to try to find Universe. The slow is up. The adaptive strike into Sumail. They're going to try to take down this Rax. They use up the Troll Replicate. It's not doing that much damage. They have to know that it is a Replicate. Still 84 damage, and back away. Not Today, not willing to push the high ground just yet, and that's fair. It's still a bit early.
Well, they step away. Not looking to hand anything over for free to EG. And Evil Geniuses, what do we do from here if you're on the Radiant side? That was a pretty good chance to make a bit of an opening there. Does prove to not be too successful. It's 15 to 14. It looks like only a slight advantage here for Not Today, but if you look at the graph, it has dipped pretty damn fast past that 10K mark for both the net worth and the XP. It's feeling pretty good here for Not Today. And for Evil Geniuses, as they continue to itemize, I don't know. I mean, Mott, what are your thoughts for something like this Razor pickup here?
Theoretically, it's good up against Troll. And I thought that BKB was going to be a huge pickup for Troll, and that was going to be the biggest problem for Evil Genius. But they can't even get to the goddamn guy. Like, he's just sitting in back, and the rest of his team is already out front getting a Berserker's Call, getting a Yules, getting, you know, Adaptive Strike, whatever. The rest of his team is doing all the work for him. They don't even need the RP, let alone anything else. The Troll just kind of sits back. He'll right-click with his ranged axes. He'll get in close if he needs to. But he has, like, such a vantage point. It's almost like being a sniper this game for Van. That's how much luxury he has. And now Sumail might be caught as well. PPD not on the right side of the... He's just caught so far out. He has to TP home.
Oh, they saw him.
They saw him. They're going to call him?
What? Nope. Well, they still get him. Skewer forward.
Oh, Ifrit's on the he's on the cliff.
Oh, he's like on the, not quite the cliff. He's just stuck.
Yeah.
All right, he's able to force himself down. PPD, borrow time's going to be used, but Madden is going to be out of the picture here. Does have a buyback, but yeah, it was a deny there at the end. He can't buy back for this potential fight, but their racks are in trouble. Yep, there's the buyback now. All right, Fissure slows out onto Van here. They just allow their Troll to kind of be out in front at this point. Smash is just waiting.
He has Satanic. No Aegis, though. That's the biggest thing. Aegis is up on, I believe, Smash. Yeah, Smash is really the... Again, the initiation, man. If it's not from one, it's from another on the side of Not Today. And Van... Oh, God, there we go. That's exactly it.
They follow the PPD, they're pulling back the road, and forward as they get the strike onto Owie. They follow it up with a quick and easy kill. Owie now going to be out for a minute, no buyback for him. And they just clearly want to try to take some damage. They are elusive though. EG do step back, and now they turn their focus back onto the racks here. Troll pops his ult, brings the tower. Okay, gets the racks there. And they'll walk away with that. They have a firm grasp on this game, and they do not want to let it slip it away. If they have to do a bit of a slow siege here, then so be it. Is down the racks. Something many people were not suspecting. It's EG on the back foot.
It's just so hard for Evil Geniuses. There's just so much to deal with. The threat of the RP right now is better than the actual RP itself. Although I say that, but then maybe if Smash it's like a 5-minute RP and the game just ends, then maybe that's a bit different. Still though, like they have to be so careful with their positioning. And look at that, he just replicates in, adaptive strikes up Fear. And he's still stunned for a good second and a half before they get the Photic shield off. So that it's just that kind of like guerrilla warfare tactics that Not Today can apply by jumping in and out of the base here and there. And Evil Geniuses kind of just have to play at the will of Not Today for the time being.
Well, Not Today feeling pretty good at this point. It's their game to take. They just got to find a way to finish it here. Evil Geniuses just wait and plant their defense. Universe, Echo Slam at the ready. Fear, who's on the path to either building up the halberd or a butterfly. Requiem to go. They have enough power here. Going up and back and behind. They get the catch on to Fear. He will be shielded off. Oh, a jump forward from Ifrit. Not going to be happening. On the other side, they get PPD with the stun. Second adapter should be up right here. On that tier 3. They're trying to go for the low ground to go for Mystical, but their racks are in trouble. Already brought down to half-life at that point. And pops his BKB, gets the hell out of there. They are able to get the Lion. Stinger very low, going to be forced to morph up and get the hell out of there. Evil Geniuses, though. They see the damage inside their base now. They lose a tier 3 mid. And it's enough to repel the push here from Not Today. At least for now.
Ridiculous, man. It's like one person blinks in, the other like walks out, another person waveforms in, the other person blinks out. Like just in that fight alone, it's like Axe blinked in, called, walked away. Morphling waveformed in, Aptive Strike, walked away. Lion jumped in with his blink dagger, hexed up, walked away. All the meanwhile, the troll's like, I'll take the tier 3 tower, thank you very much. Almost get the melee racks too. But it's just, it wasn't enough. However, I don't think they're going to really have like, this isn't really an issue. Not Today can just continue to do that, and until Evil Geniuses find a way to stop dealing with all this initiation, whether through a BKB, like a Lincoln Sphere, or just extra HP, I don't know how they deal with all of the jump-in potential. And Not Today are going to maybe even bait this out a little bit. Van and Smash in the tree line. Now they're just going to walk out and just take a creep wave.
This is sketchy, though. One big fight here for Not Today, and you could say goodbye to 2, maybe even 3 sets of racks here on the EG side. They did have to dip into a little bit of their buyback piggy bank. Not a whole lot. It looks like the majority of it is back up and online, with the exception of maybe Peter and Owie. But that's not really a whole lot to stop them. Not Today, though. They're back now on EG side. They want to go right back towards the baseline here. They're going to take this to a game 3. He goes in. He's going right for the racks. BKB up. They're trying to sap to take away as much damage as possible. Enough to get him to get the hell out. There's a move on forward. Axe can't quite get the call yet on the hook fear. There goes Universe. Jump in. Just a totem. Force away from Ifrit. More juke and jiving coming out. Specifically for Not Today, but they're still on the chase. They're going to lock down here. Could get it. He eats the cheese. Turns back, and now it goes on to Fear. And with that shield, he's still holding strong, and this the Eye of the Storm. He is just punishing this Axe, bullying him back in a way. Not enough to bring him down. There goes Universe. Fissure holds it back. Ifrit's still on the run to get away.
They went the wrong way.
Make it out. Okay.
Universe went juke top, and he actually juked to the right instead. But on the backside of that, Not Today, we're looking for different angles to jump in. And because of that, Sumail was able to find 2 heroes down bottom, or towards that bottom lane. He found both the Morphling and the Lion, blew both of them. The Lion probably should have lived. He missed his Earth Spike onto the Shadow Fiend, but that provided enough time for Fear to just run out there. And Not Today getting a bit gun shy, I think. They're really not, like, I think they're overthinking this, but a lot of it has to do with Evil Genius's positioning again. Like, Smash is looking for, like, the perfect RP, and he just can't find it because EG are too spread out. So instead, Not Today have to find these, like, 1-by-1 initiations, and it's just not enough. I will say they're still in a very good spot, and unless this game goes super late, I don't know if Evil Geniuses can really fight up against Van. However, with a Butterfly now done for Fear, it could be something to work with, but, I mean, as that Butterfly is completed, so is the MKB for the Troll Warlord. He is pure damage. Within power, he's hitting for about 400. And that's pretty special. That's pretty spectacular.
That's something special right there for your Troll Warlord. He hits pretty damn hard. All it takes is for either Smash or Ifrit to set something up for him, and I doubt there is much that can really survive. It's a matter of getting it, though. Like you said, they could overthink this. Turn it back, but yeah, Morphling inside the base. It's really adaptive on the BKB. Takes them out, and they get a Universe immediately, forcing out the buyback. The BKB is going to be popped and start to sap away the damage, but there's a good force to come out from Smash right there to break the link, and now they step back and away. Not Today. They're going to be happy with that. Just get a little bit. Oh my God! What an RP! Set it up. Requiem on the outskirts from Sumail to try to help out. But EG still hold on for now, but no, the shockwave to fly. They got to get the hell back into base, but they're not going to allow him to run. Van starts chopping away onto Fear and takes him out. Double kill for him. Fear goes down, and it looks like Not Today might be able to clinch game number 2, and they have done it. We're going to a game 3 in the winner bracket final of the Summit 3 America Qualifier.
Smash Esme Pastor. Oh my lord, what an RP.
Holy.
Jeez. That is something special right there, was that RP. That was impressive. He waited the entire game for that perfect RP, and he got it. That's all they needed. And that just secures the game right there. That's when you put down your headset. That's when you put down your mouse and keyboard and you just say, well, that's it. Let's plan for game number 3. Let's get out of here, guys.